Yeah, I have visited Little Island before. It was a place of meditation for me. I lived close by during the pandemic. It was great access to have a garden and come see art.
Particularly what I love is that it's on the water and it seems really accessible to local New Yorkers. Like there's a lot of joggers here this morning.
I feel like it's not something that you would normally see in the city. Super unique.
Yeah, I really like the architecture of it, how from afar it just looks like it's standing on these poles, but when you actually come onto this island, it's like a little park.
People, especially in urban areas like this, really need a green space for their mental health. So you can just see the change on people when they come into this space where there really isn't any context on where you're supposed to start. So there's a lot of exploring that happens on this island. The way that the landscape is designed, it doesn't have like a beginning and end, you know? You kind of just make your way through the landscape, seeing different things as you approach in elevation. When you round a corner, there's something that shows itself off, and things are also obscured from view. So as you go up towards overlooks, you can't see them until you're up there. So that's a big component of the design. Every time you come here in every season, there's something new to see and something different. Signe has designed a really great procession of bloom. So as you come to the landscape, you always see something new blooming. There's always something blooming.
I would say this is a place for New Yorkers. You know, of course, like a lot of tourists come on by, it's a beautiful venue, but I've had so many people come on by on a day-to-day basis and the same conversation happens. Man, this looks amazing. What is this place? And you know, I get to really explain what we do here at Little Island and you know, how we're a little bit different, if not mostly different from other parks within New York. I go to other parks, like I live in Queens, so the park's by me. There's of course workers there, there's people that do horticulture and stuff, but they don't really interact. So it's very good and I feel kind of prideful to some extent. What I get the most in terms of architecture is how did you do it? This is like somewhat of a marvel. People come on by and they're like, so many different names, like is that a champagne glass, the flower pot, whatever this is, how did you keep this together? Who did this? I'm always happy to explain Thomas Heatherwick, you know, and of course I can't take no marvel in that, but it's always great to explain that to people.
It's like a little like escape from the city because I feel like the city's so like crowded and I feel like there's a lot of, it's like very green and like natural.
I know there's a lot of free events here that I share about. I like share free things in New York City, so I tell a lot of people about Little Island throughout the year.
And it's also incredible because it's so affordable that you get from all the spectrums, races, social classes. It's what New York was made for.
I think the biggest changes over the years, and it's not just how we present art or programming here, but I think it's the way we interact with our own space, not just as a community, but I would say the idea of what a park can be.
Everything as an artist is accessible. We rely on our imagination, and a lot of times we have to have the thought and go to a different space in order to portray a story for an audience. And the access is here. Every night I get to turn around and like receive the actual murmur of the water from the Hudson. It is incredible.
We think that it's important that people can just come here, they get to perform, they get to just hang out, they get to do some art, they get to do different things and just have a space that they can call their own, and that's important. When I took over this role, the first question I ask is, what do they want? So what we did a focus group with some teams from our neighborhood partners, and it was very enlightening and refreshing to know that they just wanted friendship, community, and just play. So you would think it would be something more attached to screen or technology, but it wasn't that. It was really just a space for them to connect. The education department really is one of our focus to make sure that everyone is invited, everyone finds a space to connect with art, to be in community, and to be out in nature. And once they are here, they feel like they belong.
What's up? What's up?
I think that not only does it give us a base of community, but it also gives us stability. Our youth need, not only do they need a safe haven, but they need a place to expel negative energy in a positive way, and that's what the Little Island gives us.
Being here, being in this space, to be able to see that there's places like this that give folks, young folks, the opportunity to be able to perform, show their work, and to be able to see world premiere, world-class shows for the price of a movie ticket, which is amazing. You know, I think that's like the greatest thing to give back to the community.
I bet that in 50 years, this show I did is going to be the ones I felt the most proud. This is history.